Hey guys, how's it going? Rubik's Master here, and it's looking like today is going to be a 2 video day because we just got some stuff dropped on us. So, I don't know why they did this right after the event. Why didn't they just wait until like mid-cycle in between events to drop a new turret on us? Would have given us... But anyway, after we've exhausted all resources for the event, they give us the SAM turret. So, the SAM turret. It is an anti-air missile launcher. So it is the second sole anti-air turret we have. The first being the flak. This is also the first extra turret we've had. So it's kind of like it's a repetitive thing. Before, with the original 5 turrets we have, each one serves a very, very, very distinct role. The machine gun turret, anti-infantry, howitzer, burst damage to primarily vehicles, railgun, armor piercing for tanks. Flak was the only sole anti-air gun meant for taking out mainly swarms of helicopters or reapers. And the salvo turret, of course, was kind of to tie it all together, good area damage versus vehicles, devastating against infantry, and could also hit helicopters to great effect. So the SAM, in looking at the SAM, it is the longest range turret. Both the salvo and flak gun have 500, and the howitzer has 440. SAM, 750. Now, there are there's one big, huge, just insane difference between the SAM and the flak, and that is area damage. The SAM does not do area damage, by looks of it. I may come out with a video later on how my turret does defending, but it does not do area damage, so it's not going to be as good against like swarms of reapers or cobras. However, what it is good at, so if you look at flat gun, weapon type, ballistic, look at these, explosive, it tells you exactly what it is, armor piercing. So the SAM is basically going to be the railgun for the sky. So it's kind of going to depend on what level you are, where this is going to be more effective and how you should build your defenses, because like level 27, I think, is where helicopters really start taking off, and you're going to be taking a lot of base attacks from helicopters. That's going to kind of taper off in your late 30s, and the level I am now, I basically never see helicopters. Never a sole helicopter attack. Maybe somebody throws in a couple helicopters for added DPS, but whatever. Maybe later on when people unlock the higher tiered helicopters, they use helicopters again, but I don't know. I'm not there yet. But the SAM, of course, armor piercing. So, I just assuming it works like the railgun, that means against the Hind and the SA, whatever it is, the higher level tank helicopter, it's going to do a lot more damage. It's going to take them down very, very quickly. But I see this turret as having one awesome, amazing application, and that is helping to stop raids. So if we take a look at my base and how it is, I've kind of rearranged it ever so slightly to add in the SAM turret. I need to do a complete base redo. I need to redo everything because of the SAM turret. But as we know, when people come in and attack a base like mine, they look at the high priority targets based on what kind of platoon they have. If they have a platoon that's based all around ground vehicles that can't really target air very well, they're probably going to come in and want to attack my helipad. There we go. My helipad and, well, I don't have any Abrams, but they're going to want to at least take out my helipad because I have a Hind and Cobras in there, so they're going to call in their airstrike to take that out. They may also choose to take out the howitzer or one other turret with their airstrike. And in doing this, whether they use, no matter what they use, but especially if they use single vehicle high damage like Raptors or Thunderbolts. I'm sorry, it's kind of late. I'm a little bit discombobulated here. Anyway, Thunderbolts. So the most people put in a platoon of Thunderbolts is 2, generally, because they have 2 Thunderbolts in one of their air support slots, and then the rest is filled with Reapers or something else. So, again, this unit is brand new, so we can just make assumptions. It looks like it's going to shoot twice. So I don't know how quickly that's going to happen, but it looks like it's going to shoot twice and then have a reload. I'm estimating the reload is going to be pretty lengthy. But even if it only shoots down one target, it will be basically a guaranteed kill against one Thunderbolt. And if someone like me right now, my air units, I only have one Thunderbolt. So that's basically a guaranteed kill on my Thunderbolt, eliminates the use of the Thunderbolt. Even with Reapers, people with a swarm of 8 Reapers, if it shoots twice and takes out 2 Reapers before the Reapers even get off their first shot coming in to establish their circle, you just cut the damage of the Reapers by a quarter, giving your there we go, your flak turret a good chance, or your machine gun turrets, depending on what you're using, a good chance to take out the rest of them without the Reapers destroying whatever it is they've targeted. Again, I'm going to have to do a defense video later on showing how the SAM turret really works out. But what I'm seeing it as right now is kind of stopping those air support raids prior to an attack. And it may not stop them altogether, but, part of the base setup is kind of a fear factor thing. You want your base to be so intimidating or so complex that someone looking at it says, well, I could beat it, but it's probably going to be a 3,000 oil repair, so I'm just not going to bother. And that's kind of what the SAM helps accomplish. If someone's coming in and knows for a fact that they're going to lose a Thunderbolt or a Raptor, those are expensive repairs. So they're not gonna just come in willy-nilly using their Raptors and Reapers and whatnot, knowing one of them is going to get shut down and automatically cost them, what is a Thunderbolt? That's like, isn't a Thunderbolt by itself about 1,000 oil repair? Close to, maybe a little under. I'm thinking it's between 700 and 1,000 oil repair. Still really expensive for one unit that you know for a fact is going to get shot down by this SAM. So, I am going to be revamping my base. You guys can suggest whatever adaptations you're making, but I would suggest, typically I had my deploying unit, my War Factory, helipad, and barracks kind of up and left. They were caught in the nook to make them inconvenient but weren't really protected. Now, I think I may actually pull away from the rock ever so slightly, and in my center is going to be, the Salvo, SAM, and flak turret. I'm going to keep it's basically going to look kind of like this, except it's going to be expanded out away from the rock ever so slightly. I'm probably going to integrate my power plant into this little circle in here too. Not my thorium. I don't really know why that's in there. That's from a long time ago. But, because this SAM needs to be central to all your deploying buildings to stop them from being sniped. And maybe even the more critical turrets, like this howitzer, is extremely critical in my defense. Extremely critical. So, I want it to be protected by the SAM as well. And I just noticed something that kind of escaped me. So if you look at the flak, it has no exclusion zone. Once a vehicle is in range of it, it'll be hitting that air vehicle, even if it's sitting right over the salvo turret. If you look at the SAM, it actually has it looks to be about the same, I don't know, a little bit smaller exclusion area than the salvo turret. So, I don't know really how... Oh my man, look at that range. I mean, 750 is a big number. It's half again as far as any turret we have, but just looking at it, man, a Thunderbolt coming in is gonna die before it reaches any of my other turrets. However, I mean, if you call in Reapers first, like I normally call in Reapers first to cover for my Thunderbolts anyway, so if the SAM turret is tied up in Reapers, maybe the Thunderbolt issue isn't that big a deal. It all depends on the reload. Just, Kixeye needs to give us more stats. Just these stats, we see range 750, weapon type armor piercing, damage per second 850. That doesn't tell us a whole lot. Because if it fires 1 round a second with no reload time, then yeah, it deals 850 shots per round. But if it fires 2 rounds in 1 second, that means each round is doing 425 damage. Or if it fires 2 rounds and then waits 3 seconds and fires 2 more rounds, they're dealing increased. They need to give us a fire rate on these turrets so we can actually do the math and build like a math-based base defense. That sounds ridiculous for a mobile game like this, but I would definitely be doing that. I'd be sitting down with a pen and paper trying to figure out all the points for defenses. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this SAM turret and how you are going to be integrating it into your defenses. And until then, y'all have an awesome day.